Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dive into a strategy that could completely transform your CPA firm's bottom line. We're going to show you how to get past just trimming expenses and start strategically building real sustainable profitability. So let's just start with the question that's probably on your mind. You're growing, right? You're bringing in new clients, revenue is up, but when you look at that bottom line, it just doesn't quite match the effort. It's a super common and frankly frustrating problem, and the reason for it might not be what you think. You see, the real culprit is often this whole collection of hidden costs that are just quietly draining your profits. And we're not just talking about salaries. It's the full cost of staff, benefits, training, the headache of turnover. It's all those expensive software licenses and security tools you have to maintain. And maybe the biggest one of all, the sheer amount of time your most valuable people are spending on repetitive work, plus the constant risk of a costly mistake or compliance penalty. But, and this is the good news, there is a really powerful solution. It just requires a little shift in your thinking. Instead of always looking for places to cut, what if you could pull a strategic lever that actively grows your profitability? That's exactly what outsourcing can be when you use it right. It's not just about saving a buck, it's a tool to build your business. I mean, the difference is night and day when you look at it like this. On one side, doing everything in-house means high overhead, a massive time drain, a bigger risk of errors, and it's tough to scale up or down. But on the other side, outsourcing cuts those costs, boosts your accuracy, and gives you incredible flexibility. And the most important part, it frees up your team to focus on high-value client work. Okay, so that all sounds good in theory, but let's make it real. Let's talk about something every firm deals with: payroll. It seems simple enough, but honestly, it's a minefield of financial risk. You've got everything from small miscalculations that upset your team to major tax filing errors that can lead to some seriously painful fines. So when you outsource payroll, you immediately slash the risk of those costly mistakes. Right off the bat, you're handing back countless hours to your team so they can focus on clients. And you get this amazing flexibility to grow or shrink with seasonal demands without the whole hiring nightmare. You basically pay for top-tier expertise, but only when you need it. Okay, so that's a huge win. Now let's build on that and look at another critical area: accounts payable. Manually chasing down invoices and processing vendor payments isn't just slow, it's a direct drag on your firm's cash flow. Outsourcing your AP streamlines this whole thing. You get faster, way more accurate invoice processing, which seriously cuts down the risk of late fees or paying the same bill twice. That efficiency directly improves your cash flow and frees up your people to do things that actually make the firm money. So you might be wondering, how is this even possible? Getting high-quality work that's also cost-effective? Well, the answer is all about leveraging a global talent pool, and specifically what people call the India advantage. And this is what's so powerful. It's how these different factors all work together. It's not just about lower labor costs. You're getting access to highly skilled professionals who are trained in U.S. accounting standards. Then there's the time zone difference, which is like a secret weapon. Work is getting done around the clock while your U.S. team is asleep. And it all runs on secure, efficient, tech-driven platforms. And here's where it gets really exciting, because we're not just talking about payroll and AP. Once you see how well this works, the strategic possibilities really start to open up. Just think about it. All the time your team sinks into bookkeeping, the grind of the month-end close, supporting tax prep and audits, what if you could just delegate those essential but super time-consuming tasks? You'd create so much more capacity for your firm to focus on what actually drives growth. And this right here, this is the whole point. It's a fundamental strategic shift. It's about changing your firm from one that's bogged down by administration to one where your best people are laser-focused on high-value advisory work that your clients love. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, okay, that sounds great for some huge national firm, but what about my practice? Is this really for me? It's a totally fair question. And the answer is a resounding yes. In fact, small and mid-sized firms often benefit the most from this. Outsourcing completely levels the playing field. It gives you access to a level of expertise and efficiency that would normally require hiring expensive, full-time staff you might not be ready for. Okay, and now for the big one, the elephant in the room. We're talking about sensitive financial data here. What about security? What about compliance? Isn't sending this work offshore just risky? The short answer is no, as long as you work with a reputable partner. You have to understand, for these professional firms, security isn't just a feature, it's their entire business model. They're built from the ground up with strict compliance rules, encrypted systems, and all the best practices to protect your data. Their whole reputation depends on it. So, if you're thinking, okay, I'm interested, but where do I even begin to get the fastest return? Well, the playbook is actually pretty clear. You start with payroll. That gives you an immediate win by cutting errors and freeing up your team. Then, you move on to accounts payable to quickly lower your costs and boost your cash flow. So let's pull all these threads together. It's time to stop looking at outsourcing as just a way to save money and start seeing it for what it really is, a core piece of your firm's growth strategy. I mean, this really says it all. It is a profitability strategy, period. It directly slashes your overhead. It makes your work more accurate and keeps you compliant. And the real magic? It frees your best people to do the work that actually makes you money, advisory services. It lets you scale your firm in a way that's just not possible through traditional hiring. So I'll just leave you with this one final question to think about. Your most talented people, your absolute rock stars, what could they really achieve for your clients and for your firm if they weren't buried in the day-to-day busy work? Unlocking that potential? That's what this is all about.